Do you know that 95% of people actually fail their New Year's resolution by the beginning of February? I'm Dr. Panos, and in this video I'm going to share 5 powerful techniques that will transform how you approach your tasks in 2025. And stick around because the last technique is something I haven't shared before. The first technique is what I call the 2-minute rule. We all know that the hardest thing is actually to start 95% of the time. So the 2-minute rule is basically that you will say to yourself that you are going to start and work on something for only 2 minutes. You will see that when you start working for 2 minutes, your brain will actually want to continue working, and this is gonna help you bypass the initial barrier that Steven Pressfield in his book The War of Art calls the resistance. I have used this technique as a medical student, specifically in the last year of med school that I had my state exams, and I was really struggling because I had clinics every morning, at the same time working on my diploma thesis, and in the evenings I had to study for my upcoming exams, and it was a gruesome process that involved me studying for many months in a row without the ability of taking a break. So I used the 2-minute rule and it worked wonders. Technique number 2 is the dopamine reset. As a doctor, I understand how brain chemistry can affect motivation. So this is how you can hack it. Reduce dopamine triggering activities 24 hours before you do any important task. Another thing you can do is to limit your social media usage, excessive entertainment, and video games, as they will increase your set level of dopamine and will make the productive activities seem even more boring to you. And as a result, if you do this, if you implement this step, technique number 3 is the medical student method, and I actually developed this technique during my hospital rotations. So what you basically do is you break down larger tasks into 20-minute intervals, and then you have a break after. And the last very important thing is to track your completion rate. Technique number 4 is environment optimization. So just like we optimize hospital workflows, the same way you create a dedicated work zone that you know that you're going to study in that and nothing else matters, and make sure that the only activity that you do is actually that you are studying. Also, a key component is to remove all potential distractions before you start working or studying. Also, a key component is to remove all distractions before you start studying. Now moving on to the 5th technique, this is the game changer that I promised, which is the accountability system. So I actually started doing this recently, where I have weekly accountability meetings and I share my goals with a friend of mine, and we review every week. We have an online call or we can text each other the progress, and we keep each other in this way accountable. And what I have discovered that actually what will make you be consistent with your goals is not the achievement of the goal itself, but rather the shame that you will have to face if you fail it in front of your accountability partner. So actually having an accountability buddy will reinforce this feeling of shame if you don't achieve your goals, and it will actually help you to be consistent. What I have actually discovered, also from personal experience, but I'm sure you can relate to this, is that majority of the times what actually pushes me to be consistent with my goals is the feeling of shame that I will experience if I don't achieve it, and I have to say to my accountability buddy that I didn't do it, rather than the actual achievement and enjoyment I will receive from my goal, rather than the actual enjoyment that I will feel from achieving my goal. Sometimes it can be both. I experience both things, but the shame that I will experience after not doing it and having to tell my friend, this is unbearable. Comment down below if you can relate to this. And because I want to make this video actionable, here is your implementation plan. First week, start implementing the 2-minute rule. Second week, do the dopamine reset. Third week, do the medical student method. And fourth week, start implementing the accountability system and ask a friend of yours or somebody from your family to be your accountability buddy. Remember, beating procrastination isn't about motivation, but it's actually about systems. Start implementing these techniques and make 2025 the year you finally overcome procrastination. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe for more evidence-based productivity tips. Leave a comment below for which technique you are going to try first, and remember, start with only 2 minutes.